We talking about podcast wars or podcast malfunctions, however you want to say it. Joe Budden recently gave Math Hoffa some advice because Math Hoffa fired two individuals on his podcast, similar to Joe's situation. However, I don't think Joe in a position to give nobody advice, man. Although I like his advice that he gave, but he did Rory and Maul dirty. That's my belief, and he should have made it right. He should have made it right. He should have broke him off a little something. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel Joe, you could say we see by his movements, man. He dismantled a dream team. Rory and Maul, man, that show with Rory and Maul on there was the shit. You know what I mean? The two new cats is cool, but he had something special. But here's the thing, man. Friends and money, it just never, it's a slippery slope, man. It's a slippery slope. History shows that when it comes to friends and money, it's always slippery. You see what I'm saying? Like, people got expectations, you got character flaw, entitlements. If you're going to do it, you got to make everything clear from the beginning. That's how the Pivot podcast did it when they left I Am Athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to make everything clear. Now, Joe Budden, I want to harbor on that Joe Budden situation where I think he shouldn't be giving advice. I don't know too much about the Math Hoffa. I watched a little bit of this podcast, and I don't know too much of it. But here, this is what I'm going to say about the Joe Budden podcast. Joe Budden has a lot of scumbag energy. You see what I'm saying? Let me tell you how that shit went. He pitched it to Rory and Maul that they partners, but in his head, he thought he was the boss of them. When he changed the name of the podcast from I'm going to name this podcast later to Joe Budden Podcast, he threw it in their face how he really felt. You see what I'm saying? But Rory and Maul, they're not absolved though. They should have known who they was dealing with, even though they was friends. Joe have a history of sabotaging shit. Slaughterhouse, Everyday Struggle. He's a master manipulator. I seen that in interviews, and he's a deflector. Like, man, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. They should have knew what they was getting into. Bless. It just never worked out. Just make the intentions clear if you're gonna go to business with friends. Catch you on the next one.